Wow, the RG Unicorn looks cool. I wish I could get one of these to review for my channel. Screw it, close enough. So word on the street is that the RG Unicorn is actually pretty freaking awesome. But I don't live in Japan and can't get stuff on day one. So we're doing this instead. This is the HGUC Full Armor Unicorn Gundam Destroy Mode, and it is pretty freaking old. But I don't mean old for Gunpla, I mean old for me. This was only the 5th model kit I'd ever built, and I could have done better. Oh god, the nubs. Nubs, 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 nubs. Oh hey, more nubs. Nubs, 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 and nubs. Nubs, nubs. You get the point. And also he lost a saber somehow. My review of it was also pretty crap too. Link in the description, please don't watch. But even with how badly I effed this kit up, I still want to take a look at it because, well, it's the high grade Unicorn, and with the real grade coming out, it might be interesting to look back at the high grade and see how far we've come. So yeah, let's do this. When it comes to visuals, the high grade Universal Century Unicorn Gundam Destroy Mode is, pretty darn cool. I really am a fan of the Destroy Mode Unicorn Gundam. It looks really nice with all the armor exposed, and the high grade does a pretty good job pulling it off. Really the biggest visual critique I can make of this kit is that the corners and edges of some of the more angular parts aren't quite as sharply defined as you'd see on something like, say, the Master Grade. But for the most part, it's just a pretty nice looking kit. A pretty nice looking kit, because then you pick it up, and this pops off, and then this accidentally gets pushed down, and then pops off. And then there's this bullshit. There's basically no strength of any kind in the neck joint of this kit. Now some of that is because I've had this model for a very long time, but most of it's just because this joint's kinda crap. It's just a solid polystyrene on polystyrene connection joint, made about 5 years before Bandai figured out how to do those properly. The V-fin's not exactly stable either. But at least his articulation's pretty good, right? Well, he looks up, he looks down, he rotates, lifts up to here, the little funky shoulder joint takes it even further, bring it up to here, rotation, he swivels, shit. He gently swivels, his elbow's impressively unimpressive, he's got the hands of every high grade ever, backpack tilt that isn't even a real joint, it's just an impediment to your ability to actually hold the damn thing, full waist swivel, floppy front skirts, decent side skirts, no back skirt movement. The legs come out pretty damn far, which is pretty impressive since they're just on ball joints. Pretty useless pelvis swivel, subpar kick, 90 at the knee, still better than the Master Grade. Ankle flap moves out to here for absolutely no reason, because the foot only comes up to here, and goes down to here. Ankle tilts a little bit. So the articulation on the kit is... it's okay. Like, it's better than you would expect from this kit. Certainly more than you'd expect from the Master Grade, but still not a lot. But it can be hard to get a good pose out of a kit without using some of its accessories, so let's look at those. So when it comes to the Full Armor Unicorn's accessories, he's got a couple. He's got 1 beam rifle, 1, 2 beam bazookas, 1, 2, 3 pairs of beam Gatling guns, 1, 2, 3 shields, 2 big missile launchers, 2 small missile launchers, 2 different small missile launchers. This is where I discovered the importance of paying attention while cutting out parts. You also get 1, 2 booster tanks, 3 small stands, 2 smaller stands, and a shield adapter in a pear tree. And a few other miscellaneous things. So what do you do with all this stuff? Well, you open this, stick it on here, fold this back up, lock it in place. You peg this into here. Yeah, apparently I lost the adapter that goes in between here. I think I remember why I had this displayed without the armor now. I'm just going to use one of the Destroy Mode shields and hope for the best. So that plugs onto here, this clips over the backpack. I'm beginning to think I should have hoped harder. Yeah, these are not going in. Okay, new plan. Thrusters in here. Weight problems, take these off, put these on. Weight problem solved. Bazooka here, big missile, little missile, little missile, big missile, leg missile, almost there. Make 2 more Gatling shields, pull these off, left arm, right arm, and bada bing, bada boom, Full Armor Unicorn. And I'm already remembering why I didn't like this that much. For starters, these little white pieces on the shield will come off at pretty much the slightest bit of manipulation. And then there's posability. If you think you're getting anything out of this guy, what you're looking at right here is pretty much the only pose this guy was made for. Okay, maybe you can get a little bit of this as well. Fortunately, there's some more stuff you can do with this kit. Like, you can take all the Gatling guns off, and with the shield off, you can fold out the tonfa. I'm gonna be totally honest here and say this is probably my favorite part of the whole kit. You can also take this one out of his backpack, stick a blade in it, and then he can hold it. Sorta. He's also got a pretty cool rifle. He does an okay job holding it, and he looks pretty cool with it. However, this guy's got a whole lot of other weapons, and can he hold them? Well, yeah. However, he has one holding hand, and 2 bazookas, so you can't have him dual wield. I mean, come on, Bondi. This is the Full Armor Unicorn. You can afford to spend a little more on an extra hand here. Speaking of the bazookas, here's a little trick they don't teach you in the manual. You can actually pull this part off, and then pull this piece out, and then connect these 2 pieces back together to make the collapsed version of the bazooka. It's also way sturdier this way. Anyways, back to the shields. Small stand, connector piece, shield goes on. And now you have yourself a very cool set of Gatling shield funnels. And this is actually pretty cool. I think this just might be one of my favorite ways to display this kit. But there's actually a way to make these even better. Remove, 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 attach, 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 rotate, 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 attach, 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 and boom, you got the most badass defense mechanism in the Gundam universe. Giant Gatling shield pinwheel of death. In all seriousness, this thing looks great, and it is pretty much the reason that I picked up this kit in the first place. And to be totally honest, this is also the only reason I'd recommend you get the full armor version of this. I mean, yeah, the green psycho frame is kinda cool, but I found that in normal lighting settings, it is a lot harder to see than the red psycho frame, and it kind of gets lost in the shadows of the armor. And on top of that, building the weapons for this kit was really not fun at all. You have to build at least 2 or 3 copies of most of the weapons, and because it's a high grade, there's really nothing interesting going on with them. It's just right half of gun meets left half of gun. So in the end, no, I can't really recommend the high-grade Full Armor Unicorn Destroy Mode. This is a 3,200 yen model kit, and while you do get a lot of plastic in the box, most of it just kind of sits on his back and you can't really do a lot with it. I mean, the shield Gatlings are pretty awesome, but that's kind of it. Now with that said, if you do want to just pick up the regular high-grade Unicorn, I actually don't think it's that bad. Of course, I've been ragging on mine a lot, mostly just because I did a shit job building it, but the model itself is actually pretty good for a low to mid-range high grade. Of course, this guy is nowhere near a definitive version of the Unicorn Gundam, especially not now that we have that beautiful new real grade out, which I can't get my hands on for another month. But even if it isn't the best Unicorn, or even nowhere near the best Unicorn, it does still have a few things going in its favor, like its very interesting build. The weapons were incredibly tedious to build, but the kit itself is actually a really fun kit to put together. There's some really cool stuff going on when you build this, a lot of which I haven't seen outside of this model. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the high-grade Full Armor Unicorn Destroy Mode. It's an interesting but ultimately subpar kit, bundled with a bunch of accessories that only weigh it down. Anyways, this has been Second Soundwave. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a like if for some reason you enjoyed this train wreck. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe so you stay up to date. And as always, I'm Second Soundwave, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.